Nasterov's got it. Final seconds of this Russian power play. Yakupov waiting for it. And Nordstrom lost his stick. Penalized player, Boys Rosenval's back on the ice. And the Swedes survive a Russian power play that does not get a shot on goal. Grigory Zheldnikov goes back. The man who scored the overtime winner in the quarterfinal match against the Czech Republic. They won that game 2-1. Czechs actually led the game 1-0.
There's 1 minute remaining in the second period.
And down at center ice is Kosov, who got roughed up in front of the Russian bench, or at least it looked that way. Barbashev. Poke check there by William Karlsson. Arzamatsev. And Raquel in behind him. Here comes Ricard Raquel. Loose in front. He flipped too wide. 35 seconds to go in the period. And Sergeyev with it. Kulikov. Bounce that down to the Swedish zone. Clausen looks ahead for Karlsson, who flips it ahead. And Makarov waiting for it. For Sergeyev. Zemchenko trying to find Kulikov. Clausen has it. And there's 10 seconds to go in the period. Clausen looks ahead for Rensfeldt. Shovels that down to the Russian zone. Arzamatsev is back for it. Rast steps into him, and the Swedes dominate the first 40 minutes. Outshoot the Russians 39-4, and the score is 0-0. This is the 2012 World Junior Hockey Championship. The gold medal game, second intermission coming up.
The second period scoring summary is brought to you by Molson Canadian. Here's to the game this land gave us. Proud sponsor of Hockey Canada. 0-0, we wait for a hero. Here are Gordon Ray.
39-4 overall, the shots for Sweden. 22-1 in the second period. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Not in a 0-0 game. I mean, I've seen it where somebody's getting the boots laid to him, but in this case, it's been Makarov who's been sensational. Yet at the very end of plays, the Russians have been able to hang in. A block shot, a deflection, a pass that is spoiled, a missed chance. They're hanging on by the thinnest of threads, yet here they sit at 0-0. And the message had to be from Valeri Bragin, we're one shot away. Improbably as that may seem.
If the Swedes don't win this one.
Never. Will they win a world? This is incredible. Can you imagine the pressure on Johan Gustafsson down here? 4 shots in the Swedish net. Makarov is like an acrobat at the other end, and at some point you would think Gustafsson has to make a save at the other end. This is the most action he's had, skating back and forth in the crease.
On New Year's Eve 1975, Red Army was outshot by the Montreal Canadiens 38-13 in a 3-3 game. Nothing like this. Here's Freeberg with it. Slides it in front. Sundstrom couldn't pull the trigger as once again a late stick came in, this time from Daniel Apalkov, rather.
Really curious if Bragin will continue to roll the lines that he has in the first couple of periods. Clearly, they haven't gotten anything going, and he's still got Kuznetsov, Kolkachev, and Yakupov together, so it looks like he's going to stay with it.
And here's Eric Thorell on it. Drops it down to Nordstrom, feeds it back in front. Thorell can't get a backhand shot away. He's sent flying, drops it back for Brodin. Jonas Brodin's shot was blocked by Kuznetsov, who was almost away, and now Kuznetsov is. Sends it across. Yakupov tees it up. And Gustafsson makes the stop on that. No shot on it. Now they put the shot in the boards. There's the 5th shot of the game in the first minute of the third period. 39-5.
Maybe the guy couldn't find the button to press the shot clock. Here's the Swedish results since 1981. Gord, you've mentioned that 31-year no gold medal span for the Swedes. 7 times they've won the silver. The last, of course, in 09, the bronze in 10. And Roger Ronberg looks for his team to push for that one breakthrough goal. If they can find one, you have to think it will be demoralizing.
Draw one. Sergeyev's shot was blocked as Thorell got in the way. Now he limps off the ice for the Swedes. Koklachov leaves it there for Kuznetsov, who missed it, and that's icing. Here's Farhan Lalji.
Gord, I spoke to Swedish assistant coach Richard Gronberg between periods, and it's hard to be critical when you've registered 39 shots through 2 periods of play. He says what's also impressive is how responsible defensively the Swedes have been. The Russian forwards like to fly the zone, but they've kept an eye on it and made sure they were able to limit any of that damage. If there's one thing they'd like to see more of, though, he said, we got to get into the grease pit. We've had a lot of shots. We haven't had many rebounds.
Yakupov brings it ahead for the Russians. Nail Yakupov stood up there by Matthias Backman, but Yakupov is back on it. Koklachov with it now, trying to find someone in front, but Kuznetsov was all the way across on the other side of the ice. And Carlson swings back for the Swedes. Raquel couldn't clear it out. And now on the other side, Carlson turns it over to Kuznetsov. Zibanejad, though, sweeps that to the line, but not out.
Lord, we've talked several times about the need for secondary shots and pressure, and as Farhan just reports, the grease pit is where the goal is going to be scored. How often can you try the perfect play and it just isn't there for you? Shot, rebound, second pressure, that's where you're going to break the goaltender down.
Roger Ronberg, who trying to keep his team stable here. The Swedes are 5-0 in this tournament. They had some wobbly moments, though. Needed a shootout to beat the Swiss 4-3. And, of course, we're down 3-0 to the Russians in the final game of the round robin before they rallied back to win that one. 4-3 in overtime. Now Sergeyev turns the puck over. A quick chance there by Rensfeldt. He's stopped by Makarov.
Don't forget down 2-0 in the third as well in the semi.
Here's Gusev with it. Gusev flips that across. Grigorenko tried to wheel it in front. Rensfeldt took it away from him. Ludwig Rensfeldt flips it up to center ice as Antipin has it. Up for Gusev. Nikita Gusev walks in, sends it in front. Grigorenko couldn't pull the trigger. Now Grigorenko back with it. Rozhganov tees it up. He hammered that wide. The top corner was open. 40-5 are the shots. Gusev for Grigorenko, tapped it wide. Now the Russians apply the pressure. Kulikov coming in, but a nifty pass there by Freeberg. Springs Larson free. He's got Sundstrom with him. Larson across the line. Swings it across. Jonas Brodin comes in deep. Crisscrossing with Freeberg. Spit out by Brodin, but Grigorenko intercepts. Sends it ahead to Telegan. Ivan Telegan busting in. The puck slid away from him. And now Clefbaum steps into Telegan. Kulikov. Namachev, and Namachev shot is blocked, and now Freeberg has it. Max Freeberg, 8 goals and a shootout winner, sends it down, and Nemenkov is waiting for it. Up for Kulikov. Centers it, that bounced away. Babashev couldn't get a shot away. And now Pavel Kulikov had it knocked away and back down to the Russian line. 4 gone in the third period. If it's tied after regulation, a full period of sudden death 4-on-4 overtime, and then if necessary a shootout. Now a steal by Raquel in, poke check from behind. He collides hard with Makarov, and Makarov is down.
No effort from Raquel at all to avoid the goaltender. He runs right over top of Makarov.
Now initially there was no penalty indicated, and Raquel is going back to the Swedish bench. Turnover
By Zeldakov, who scored the game winner in the quarterfinals against the Czechs. He puts it right on the stick of Raquel. Now Raquel goes in, and watch, after the shot's made, he's pulled down, but he makes no effort whatsoever to avoid the goaltender. Hits him hard. Makarov goes back into the net. The goaltender, who has been absolutely brilliant for the Russians, is on one knee in the crease. Up to his feet. And the good news for the Russians is Makarov, the surprise starter, will stay in the game.
Makarov does not have a shutout this year. in the Western Hockey League with the Saskatoon Blades. Last year played for Lewiston in the Quebec Major Junior League. And Zalaski would know him as a Western Hockey League referee, so they're talking it over. 41-5 are the shots. And the draw controlled by Yakupov for the Russians. Breaking it on Brodin. And Raquel still out there. At the line, Antipin played it back in, but Klefbom has it for the Swedes. Oscar Klefbom jumping in. He's got Zibanejad with him. Klefbom shoots. He is short side. And a chance now for the Russians the other way. It's Kuznetsov along with Koklachev. Kuznetsov shoots. Saved by Gustafsson. Rebound. And diving at him is Koklachev. He's steered away by Gustafsson. Best chance of the game for the Russians. We now have 7 shots on goal.
Oh, when Klefbom misses the net, they have a forward back covering. And you're right, Gord, that is the best chance and rebound for the Russians tonight.
These two played in the classic New Year's Eve here. 4-3 was the score in OT. A different scenario, but still a classic gold medal game. Gusev has it. Working in now with Kucherov. Gusev in, shoots, and Gustafsson makes the save. Now the Russians start to apply the pressure. Kucherov sends it back in front for Grigorenko. The pass got away from him and all the way down to the Russian zone. Nesterov. Up ahead for Telegan. Clausen back for it. Blocked by Ivan Telegan. Now it's turned over. Kulikov with a shot. Rebound. Loose it, but what a save by Gustafsson as he took that away from Zemchenko. And back comes Freeberg with it. Max Freeberg winds his way in. Ozhiganov took that away from him. And now Freeberg back on it. Trying to gather up the loose puck. Nesterov took it away. The crowd urging on the Swedes. Ozhiganov slides it down to the Swedish zone. Brodin back for it. And the play is called on icing against Russia.
Oscar Klefbom makes a beautiful rush and then misses the net in a 3-on-1. So that leaves a forward back covering and the Russians are out quickly. Kuznetsov with a dangerous chance, and then defensively Carlson denies the rebound in the sharp angle shot from Kulikov, and then Zemchenko was on the rebound, but the best sequence of saves for Johan Gustafsson in this game, as the Russians have 6 shots in this period and 2 most dangerous chances in the last minute.
Gusev back with it, puts it off the foot of Klefbom, and Brodin back to pick it up. 13.5 to go, and a scoreless tie in the 3rd period. Nordstrom lost the puck to Babashev. And the puck bounces around in front of the Swedish blue line, and now Thorell has it. Eric Thorell lays that in deep. Nemenkov goes back for it, backhands it high off the glass at the line. It's held by Gronberg. Sergeyev back for it. Boyce Rotoval stepped into him. Here's Nemenkov back with it. And slides that down to the Swedish zone. 41-10 of the shots. Patrick Nemeth in across the line for the Swedes. Looks down for Zibanejad to Raquel. Raquel gets loose. Feeds it back to Nemeth. Long shot. Makarov makes the save and steers the rebound to the corner. Kuznetsov off the back of Yakupov. Kuznetsov's in onside. Swings that in front. Koklachev with a shot.